Hello and welcome back to Suspended Fanimation. I'm your host, Dennis Bithoulkas, and it's time again for Is It Worth My Time? This time around, it's Netflix's series War None. Um, N-U-N. Welcome, everybody. Let me take care of some business first, and then we'll get down to it. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, at the very end of this video, you're going to see a video pop up here. YouTube takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible. One of the videos in my vast video library and pops it up there just for you. Up here is going to be Stargirl at the end of this video. If you want to know when I'm going to be on live again next, you get the bell down below. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do is go to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule up there. I change it out every week when I remember to do it on Mondays. And I also have all the links to my social media up there too. So Twitter, Instagram, Patreon. No tiers set up as of yet on the Patreon. There's also links to this lovely page, the YouTube channel, also to my Facebook page and the Facebook group page where you guys can post stuff on and chat amongst yourselves. All right. Let's get to it, shall we? So, Warrior Nun is based on a comic book from 1994 from Antarctic Press. It recently also had another revival too, but I don't know which one they were actually taking it from because I honestly never read either one of them. I just found this out after the fact, after I watched it. Um, so, the non-spoiler version of this, that's what I'm going for right now, is this is about a girl who she ends up becoming almost kind of like a superhero in a way. Uh there's angels, there's demons, uh there is a angel's halo involved. She gets, like I said, she gets superpowers and fights demons. And you have the church that's involved as well. So you have this group called the Order of the Cruciform Sword, who are fighting demons. They have been for hundreds of years, and they're also involved as well. And there's a plot to it, a conspiracy plot, if you will, things like that. I'm being kind of vague about this because there is some stuff to kind of give away, and it takes a little while for this to gain momentum. I guess by around episode 6, I think that's where episode 6 is where for me it kind of kicked into gear, and I was like, "Oh, okay, this is what you were building up to." And then they finally got into a little bit more of the story, and that is what was actually pretty good there. Hi, everybody in the chat, by the way. So yeah, there's the writing actually is not bad. I'll tell you this right now. The dialogue is snappy. You get a little bit of snap to it. Uh, it's someone was saying here, I think it was Keith Hamilton, right? That you're saying you're getting a YA vibe to begin with after the first episode. It could be mistaken for a YA vibe. It's really not. It's once you kind of get into it, it's more pulpy, kind of comic book. I found the comic book vibe, like I said, around episode 6. Um, you have characters like Shotgun Mary, which I really like Shotgun Mary, and of course Sister Beatrice as well. I'm not giving anything away on all of this, but basically think of it this way: there's nuns that have lots of weapons and martial arts trainings, and they are going through and killing people. So yeah, yes, lurkers are appreciated as well. Yes, that's right. Cater to the masses. I'm not catering to the masses. Mark says, okay, I thought it would be a CW show clone. No, it's not a CW. It's filmed in Europe. It's got a very European flavor to it. Um, and yes, I can't say more than that. There's a lot of European actors that are in this. There's one or two Americans that are sprinkled in there as well, but it's a very European flavored show, and I liked it. I'll tell you that much right now. It wasn't bad. The ending does give you a nice twist and leaves you on a cliffhanger as well, a pretty fucking big cliffhanger too. and I want to see more of this series. So is it worth your time? Yeah, it's worth your time. You're stuck at home during the fucking pandemic. What else you got to do? Watch it. It's not bad. I mean, what is it? It's 10 episodes, I believe is what it is. I lost track on that one. I believe it's 10 episodes. And yeah, it's got some good action to it. It's got some damn good CGI. I was surprised on that. And yeah, as someone had said, Joe Greer had reminded me, Simon Barry, who did Continuum, he's the one who's the showrunner on this one, and also created. Basically, he crafted it for Netflix at this point. So it is one of those shows that I was surprised. I have to admit, I was actually kind of surprised that I liked it. So, because I honestly was like, "Warrior Nun, what is this shit?" And I kind of avoided it for a little while, and then I was like, "You know what? I'm bored enough. I'll watch the first episode." And I was like, "Huh, okay, not bad." So, is it worth your time? Yes, it's worth your time. Now, spoiler alert. I am going to spoil some stuff here. So if you have not seen the series, go and watch it. Come on back. This will be a video. You can comment down below in the comment section. Thank you, Viking Bitch, for the paddle. Um, yes, I did like the whole thing of having a Ava, the main character, being a quadriplegic girl who is dead. She dies in an orphanage, and you don't find this out, until about the second episode. You just know that she died. You don't know much about her, and basically she gets this halo shoved in her back because the nun that's trying to get away from these demons is hiding it in a dead body, and that's a way to kind of muffle the signal that it gives off. And it resurrects her, which has never been done before. It's never resurrected a body, and also gives her use of her limbs back, and also, lets her heal quickly, all that kind of stuff, which is use a comedic effect. Like I said, Shotgun Mary at one point, and like I said, it was episode 6, I believe, because I actually stopped it to see what episode it was, when Shotgun Mary's been chasing her all over Europe, trying to get her to come back to the church, and finally she's kind of convinced her a little bit about the bullshit that she's been doing, how selfish she is. And Ava is sitting at the edge of a cliff, and Shotgun Mary just kind of walks by. She's limping by and pushes her off the cliff. And I mean, you kind of see it coming, but at the same time, it was really funny. And she just falls, goes all the way down, and of course, she survives. She has the power and all that kind of stuff. And calls Shotgun Mary a bitch. Um, Sister Beatrice, though, is the fucking badass out of this whole thing. There is that one scene where she is going after um, the tech company's goons, and she puts on the chainmail veil and goes to fucking town on them. And I was like, that's a badass scene. That's actually a badass martial arts scene. And she's using knives, she's using swords, all kinds of shit. And yeah, I was like, I'm with it. So a long time ago, I came up with a name. If I ever had a band, uh, Nuns with Guns is what the name of the band would have been, was Nuns with Guns. And this actually would be worthy of that moniker. It really would. Joker says, yes, it was a very raid-like scene. Yes, it was. Or Judge Dredd type scene. However you want to do it. No, it's more raid, yes, because it was martial arts. Okay, I get you on that. So what else was there? So then let's talk a little bit about the ending of this. You think the cardinal is the bad guy the entire time because you think he's poisoning the pope and kills the pope in order to become the pope. No, he's not the bad guy. In a twist, we find out that Father Vincent, I believe his name is Father Vincent. Yes, Father Vincent. He is the one that is actually the bad guy who is working with the supposed angel, Adriel, to get his halo back. And really, it's not his halo. He's not an angel. We don't know what he is. All we know is that he was trapped within the Vatican. They basically entombed him alive because he can't die. And oh yeah, so Ava can pass through walls too. And when she's able to get through the walls and stuff like that, and he touches her, she sees his whole story. And it's pretty fucked up that, that whole thing with Father Vincent being the bad guy at the end. I was like, fuck, okay, that was a good one. I didn't see that one coming, honestly. And uh, you know, I I might have thought about it for a second, and I was like, nah, that'd be too easy. But they covered their tracks fairly well on that one, so I have to admit they did a good job on that. But the very end with Shotgun Mary being covered by, for lack of a better term, zombies. It's all the people that are infected with demons. Was one of those things. I'm like, what the fuck? There's not another episode after this. What the fuck? Because I need another episode in order to finish off what the hell's happening here. And hopefully Netflix is going to renew this series because I want to see what the hell happened to Shotgun Mary. So, and of course, with Adriel being loose now out in the world, we want to know what the hell happens with him too. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that goes on. And yes, they spent a little bit of too much time with Ava going out into the world and experiencing things, and you know that could have been shortened by about like 2 episodes and given us more story on the Halo side of things. Um, and less on the, "Ooh, I'm going out and partying," and whatnot. Yeah, they could have done a little bit less of that. But I understand also they had a budget. The budget was easier to go to a nightclub in Morocco than it was to, uh, film a demon or an angel or whatever Adriel is, and those fight scenes and stuff like that. And then also let's talk about um, the tech person that we had, Gillian Salvis, who is trying to basically use pieces of Adriel's armor, which is made out of a special metal, to build a gateway to help her son who is dying. And the church is thinking that she's going to build a pathway to hell, but she actually might be opening a pathway to heaven. And then also her son had jumped through the portal when it does finally open, and it shuts right behind him. Ta-da! So we don't know if he's in hell. And then also we don't know if the demons are actually actual demons or what happened, because we saw Lilith get sucked back in. She gets sucked to hell supposedly, and she comes back with turning more demon like. She can grow out her fingernails kind of long, and has some extra. There's a lot of facets to this show. That's all I can say. There is a lot of facets to this show that you could always find something in there, and they kind of built on it, which was good. It wasn't complex. It was fairly simple, and it worked. It really did. It really did work. So, is it worth your time? Yes. Yes, it is. Better than Ghost Wars and Van Helsing. Yeah. Good God. Ghost Wars is just horribly, horribly bad. Van Helsing, I couldn't get through. I really couldn't. And how long that thing's been on sci-fi, I thought it was actually going to be good, and then I tried watching it. It's like, oh, wow. For Van Helsing is what I'm talking about there. Oof, bad stuff. So, with that said, what else is going on this week? Tomorrow I'm off. Thursday is Doom Patrol. Friday I'm off. Saturday is Saturday Morning Blast Off, where I take the genre news of the week and any of the genre stuff you guys want to talk about, and we talk about it. Sunday I'm off. Monday is Stargirl. And then we wrap back around again with Is It Worth My Time? And of course, this time I'm going through The Old Guard, which is coming up on Netflix on Friday. And that's with Charlize Theron. It's based on a comic book again, and it's a movie. So we're going to see how that one turns out. What, Joker? You're not liking my choices of is it worth my time or what? Yeah, exactly. As Penn says, keep an eye on that schedule, suspendedfanimation.com. Um, really, Joe, you're not liking my choices or what's going on? There's a lot of stuff that's been popping up on Netflix. Netflix is actually delivering on programming, quite honestly. They're uh no, I didn't know Old Cross. Uh what Old Cross? Oh, the Old Guard. The Old Guard. That's what it was. Yeah, that is coming out on Friday. Yeah. July 10th is when it's coming out. So, yeah, I believe I have it up on my schedule on suspendedfanimation.com. If you take a look at the schedule, I have also underneath what I'm doing, what's coming out for future stuff. So everything's there. Well, not everything. Stuff that I'm interested in is in there. Because if I put everything on there, it'd be a really long ass list, and I don't know if I could actually handle it. So, all right. So hopefully everyone enjoys the show if they get a chance to see it. If you want to watch nuns fighting demons and fighting each other and fighting bad guys and shooting at bad guys and pushing each other off cliffs and fighting more of each other, yeah, that'll do it. And also, just church evil, backstabbing kind of things and stuff. So the other thing was that kind of made me laugh was I had binge watched the new Pope, the one with Jude Law on HBO, and so I'm already caught up on all 3 seasons. Yeah, it's 3 seasons now. And having gone through that whole series where you're basically in the Pope's chambers almost all those seasons, and then seeing something like this that's based on the church and also has a little bit to deal with the Pope, and you're like, huh, I wonder if they use the same backgrounds, if they just use the same studio or what's going on. It was one of those things that kind of crossed my mind because you're seeing a lot of the same, which I know it's based on, the real Vatican City and items in the Vatican or places in the Vatican City. It just seems interesting that I don't know if they'd go back and recreate the entire set or if they just use a set that already pre-exists from another production like HBO, which would be interesting. I mean, because HBO has some really detailed damn sets, and this looked as authentic as the HBO sets when they were doing the papal, interiors. So it was kind of neat. Not religious or anything. Just it was one of those things that struck me as interesting. So with that said, I'm gonna let you guys go for the night. Thank you, everybody, who joined me tonight in the chat. Thank you, lurkers out there too. And if you're still on the fence about joining up, remember, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. If you like what you see there, hit the subscribe button down there. Like, share, and subscribe. If you want to know when I'm going to be on live again next, hit the bell down below. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do is go to suspendedfanimation.com for everything that I've got linked there. So until Thursday, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, you may have some demon that's looking for a halo try and take you to hell. Just say no, kids, because that's not good. You come back a changed person, especially when you go through hell. Thanks, everybody. I will see you on Thursday. Have a good rest of your night and have a good day tomorrow, too. Thanks, everyone. Night.